Well, I guess it'd be about time to get this warmed up and going. Do 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 do. Oh, now, how be this get to working again?
Press the button.
Which
no,
button?
No, not that one.
Not this
the
button.
left.
That one.
No, your other left.
This other one.
Oh,
Which one are you talking about?
I meant the right. No,
What-
but
what
not
are you-
that big red one.
The-
The
this
other
way.
red button.
Not-
Just not the big, happy, shiny one.
You mean the one I just pushed?
Yeah, for crying out
Oh,
loud. You don't
righty.
know what you're doing.
I know perfectly well what I'm doing.
Not that button. Oh, for crying out loud. You just sit here on your patootie. You play
Well,
with your buttons. I go make coffee.
You do that, but don't slam the door. Well, here it be, Halloweeny time for the final, how do we say, it's gonna be a Halloweeny kind of party, our Halloweenie Spectacular, and it's all, in your mind, on November 1st. But it ain't really, it's truly, I figured out a way, and I'll explain later, but right now, how I made Halloween on November 1st. I am such, well, I'm a miscreant, I'm a pirate, and I made it happen. And now, to make it happen, let's have a dead man's party. That's right, dead man's party, oingo boingo, to start us out for the evening, and then right into all kinds of great Halloweenie spectacularities. And you shall be, at least I hope, for I shall be appreciating.
I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. Walking with a dead man over my shoulder. I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. Walking with a dead man over my shoulder.
yelling trick or treat. But when you come knocking at my door, I'll keep you coming back for more. Trick or treat, trick or treat. I want something good to eat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Shake your skeleton to the beat. I said, hey there, baby, don't you be surprised when the sun goes down. Now death will rise. Is it a nightmare or just a bad dream? Oh no, it's Halloween. Trick or treat, trick or treat. I want something good to eat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Shake your skeleton to the beat. When I hear my doorbell ring, and I turn my porch light on, and I open up my door, but my jack-o'-lantern's gone. Everywhere up and down my street are people in costumes yelling trick or treat. But when you come knocking at my door, I'll keep you coming back for more. Trick or treat, trick or treat. I got something good to eat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Shake your skeleton to the beat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. I got something good to eat. Trick or treat, yeah,
There be Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, with Trick or Treat. We'll have another little tune from her later on. But right now, let's go with Butch Patrick and the Munsters with Whatever Happened to Eddie.
Whatever happened to Eddie? I'm the kid from Mockingbird Lane. Whatever happened to Eddie? Did I freak or go insane? You might wonder why I have a dragon for a pet. Well, he's just there to keep me company on the set. Whatever happened to Eddie? I'm the kid with mixed up brain. Whatever happened to Eddie? Yes, I'm the kid with the pointed ears. Whatever happened to Eddie? After all these many years, if you dare peek through my shaded window screen, you turn so white as seems so much green. Whatever happened to Eddie? I'm the kid from Mockingbird Lane. Whatever happened to Eddie? I got out and split from school. Whatever happened to Eddie? But I always kept my cool. I spend my nights just howling at the moon or hanging out in a creepy black lagoon. Whatever happened to Eddie?
Here we go, down the road. 80 hillbillies in Tennessee all went riding on Highway 3. They took a turn and they headed west. Why they did that? Anyone's guess. There were 87 of them when they started out, but 5 of them died and two fell out. One named Buck, his wife was half dead. He should have left her at home, but he brought her instead. They were driving west on County Road 8 when they spotted a house that looked just great. 4 stories tall and 50 yards wide, the hillbills decided to step inside. They parked in front and got out of their cars, took in some moonshine in mason jars, got their guitars and their fiddles too, and started playing Billy, Billy, Billy Bayou. They were all laughing and dancing and acting real silly, but what can one expect from 80 hillbillies? They had a big party and did what they wanted. They never suspected that the house was haunted.
80 hillbillies in a haunted house. 80 hillbillies in a haunted house. 80 hillbillies in a haunted house. 80 hillbillies in a haunted house.
81 if you count Buck's spouse.
81 hillbillies in a haunted house.
They were all laughing and a-cussing and drinking beer. The hillbills started to disappear. First there was Luke and Lula and Mac. Then there were more. It was hard to keep track. Well, Dickie Wayne Price, he screamed real hard.
There's 5 dead hillbillies out in the yard.
They searched the house and they found 2 more, Hector and Peanut, out on the floor. They found Ebby's head on the top of a broom. They found the rest of her in the very next room. A lot of strange things happened that night. They kept finding bodies left and right.
69 hillbillies in a haunted house. 69 hillbillies in a haunted house. 69 hillbillies in a haunted house. 69 hillbillies in a haunted house.
70 if you count Buck's spouse.
70 hillbillies in a haunted house.
2 were attacked by the walking dead. 3 got a hatchet right through the head. 6 got eaten by giant rats. And 1 got killed by vampire bats. 6 hillbillies got stabbed with swords. And 1 got hit by flying boards. 3 got electrocuted by an electric wire. And 2 hillbillies just caught on fire.
45 hillbillies in a haunted house. 45 hillbillies in a haunted house. 45 hillbillies in a haunted house. 45 hillbillies in a haunted house.
46 if you count Buck's spouse.
46 hillbillies in a haunted house.
Downstairs, hillbillies danced all night. Upstairs, they were dropping left and right. Drinking moonshine, 100 proof. 2 hillbillies just fell off the roof. 3 got strangled by the crawling eye. And 2 hillbillies just started to fly. 3 got eaten by a giant moth. And 4 hillbillies got their heads chopped off. 2 hillbillies had a heart attack. And 1 hillbilly got stabbed in the back. 3 hillbillies had screaming fits. And 4 hillbillies got shredded to bits.
21 hillbillies in a haunted house. 21 hillbillies in a haunted house. 21 hillbillies in a haunted house. 21 hillbillies in a haunted house.
22 if you count Buck's spouse.
22 hillbillies in a haunted house.
5 hillbillies just split in 2. 8 got chased by sticky black goo. 7 hillbillies watched I Married Joan, but during the commercial, they turned to stone. That only left Buck and his half-dead wife, and Buck got stabbed by a flying knife. She sat and watched him as he bled. She's the only one left, and she's half dead.
1 hillbilly in a haunted house. 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 She's so tired she's gone back to bed. She's the only one left and she's half dead. Suddenly Buck came back to life. He sat straight up and he told his wife, I don't care if you're half dead. Come with me back to bed. If we're gonna increase our population, we better get started with some copulation. 2 hillbillies in a haunted house. 4 hillbillies in a haunted house. 8 hillbillies in a haunted house. 22 hillbillies in a haunted house.
Make that 50 thanks to Buck's spouse.
50 hillbillies in a haunted house.
Ahoy there. We'll be back in momentarily. You just got done listening to Austin Lounge Lizards, Hillbillies in a Haunted House. We'll be back momentarily after these commercials. Don't forget one be vintage, and it be terrifying.
In 1968, George Romero brought us Night of the Living Dead. It became the classic horror film of its time.
It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
Now, George Romero brings us the most intensely shocking motion picture experience for all times. Dawn of the Dead.
This situation must be controlled before it's too late. They are multiplying too rapidly.
Night of the Living Dead has ended. Dawn of the Dead is here.
Not that room! Not that room!
They must be destroyed on sight.
Dawn of the Dead. This picture contains scenes of violence that may be considered shocking. No one under 17 will be admitted. Dawn of the Dead. From United Film Distributing Company.
Look, Sidekick, a shop just for heroes.
No, it's a comic book shop and it's for everyone.
Not possible. See, it's even right in the name, Heroes. So that means you'll need to stay out here whilst I go shopping.
It's Heroes, your mom threw out comic shop, and it's for everyone, including sidekicks.
Hey guys, the little guy is right. It's all about the love of comics, and not whether you can fly or not. But, by the way, I do love the cape.
Gee, thanks.
So Heroes Comic Shop is located at 130 West 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York. We're open Wednesday through Saturday. You can check us out at momthroughout.com.
Oh, look! They have Archie comics!
Heroes Comics, for every kind of hero.
It be time. Raise your flag, get out your swords, and swing them high. Let out a yell, and let everyone know that you're enjoying the Halloween special, or spectacularity. The Halloweenie Spectacularity, that to be it. Right here on the Captain's Quarters. And with that, without further ado, let us be going straight into Ray Stevens, Mr. Baker, The Undertaker.
Sends a card that says get well soon. Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. He wears a shiny black suit and a high silk hat, and people are dying to meet this cat, yeah. Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. Oh yeah, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. Now who do they call when the patient dies? Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. And who's got a coffin for every size? Mr. Baker, well, he rides around in a big black car, making more money than a movie star. Yeah, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. Oh yeah, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. Well, he lives without his pet hoot owl all alone at the funeral home, and they spend their evenings Indian wrestling and listening by the telephone. Yes, and when you get a call, Mr. Baker laughing and blank his eyes and scratching, dance, bounce off the wall, and he say, "Al, baby, get out the fluid." So the doctor done made another mistake, and Al, get a wise old Al, he blink his eyes, flap his wings, fly around the room a couple times, and he say, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. Oh yeah, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. Who reads the obituary every single day? Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. Who's got plans to lay you away? Yeah, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. You better treat him nice if you see him around, 'cause he really knows how to put a guy down. Yeah, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. And you never get up, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. You don't get you in the end, Mr. Baker, the Undertaker. His customers don't talk back to him. He's only happy when business is dead. Mr. Baker, the Undertaker.
Hobnobbling with the goblin. The goblin girl from the mystery world. Hobnobbling with the goblin. She's black and green 'cause it's Halloween. Raggedy black is the way she dressed. Little green shoes and a hair like a witch. Some girls like to dress like a queen. Best way a girl can dress for me is in a goblin suit. It looks so cute. When they're a goblin, there ain't a problem. When they're a goblin, I start a wobbling. Think all over, some is tan. Goblin girls from every land. They look good from any which way. Every Halloween you can hear me sing, Goblin girl, take it away. Hobnobbling with the goblin. The goblin girl from the mystery world. 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 Till tomorrow from the mystery world. The goblin girl.
Got enough for you, Henry?
How about you? From the mystery world. From the mystery world. From the mystery world. From the mystery world.
Are you sure? How about you?
From the mystery world.
Got enough for you, honey?
From the mystery world.
Are you sure? How about you? How about your?
All the goblin girls. Talking about the bad girls. The little goblin girls.
Come on, Roy, right here.
Oh, the bad girls. From the mystery world. Some are called the green.
How
Some are
about
dressed in
you?
green. They're tricking your tree. But they're bad girls. They're very bad girls. They make your face look like you have scales on it. But that's okay. When the green light shines down on the black guys in the red, everybody in the audience thinks they're seeing something that looks like it's made out of biscuit. But the coin is the green shells in the trust because he knows the guys in the front really enjoy looking like they have scales all over their body.
Let there be Frank Zappa with Goblin Girl. But let us not stop there. Let us be rowing right into the headstrom that is Leroy Troy on the Marty Stewart Show doing Ghost Chickens in the Sky.
Oh, seriously. A chicken farmer took a walk out on his farm one day. He paused by the coop as he went along his way. All at once the rotten egg hit him in the eye. It was a sight he dreaded. Ghost chickens in the sky.
Beautiful.
Ghost chickens in the sky.
Somebody give Leroy a hand. That's good. Beautiful.
He'd been a chicken farmer since he was 24. Working for the colonel 30 years or more.
Well,
killing all them chickens and sending them to fry. And now they want revenge. Ghost chickens in the sky.
where did you come up with this?
Ghost chickens
the sky. Their beaks were black and shiny and their eyes were blazing red.
Well,
they didn't have no feathers. These chickens all were dead. They picked that farmer up and he died by the claw. They cooked him extra crispy and they ate him with coleslaw. Those chickens in the sky.
Started back when I turned 18. My mom, my wife, our 6 kids, and me moved into a nice used double wide. It was blue and white, about 100 feet long, with tires on the roof, flamingos on the lawn, and genuine simulated wood paneling on the inside. Now when you move into a trailer park, you hear odd things when it gets dark. Hollering, screaming, cursing, ain't nothing weird. But one night I heard a really strange noise, so I crept down the hall to check on the boys, and what I seen done scared me something fierce. Well, there on the Naugahyde couch he sat, a shadowy figure in a Mack truck hat. It was a ghost, and he was drinking all my beer. He weren't wearing no sheet, just a pair of jeans, an old wife beater with greasy stains. I screamed like a girl, and he just disappeared. There's a ghost in the trailer, we got a haunted mobile home, and that redneck apparition will not leave us alone. He got his chain on his wallet, and he's rattling it loud. There's a ghost in the trailer, look out! I tore her in the bedroom and slammed the door shut. Pretty soon the sun came up. I told my wife what happened, but she just shook her head. And I'll tell the truth, I'd had a drink or 3 and the stress at my job been getting to me. But just to be safe, I put a gun rack over the bed. Well, a neighbor stopped by later that day, said the previous tenant had passed away. He was killed working on a Camaro out in the front yard. The hood fell and gave his head a smack. He died, but they say he still comes back, and when the moon is full, he tries to start that car. Well, that same night, about 9:45, we was watching Dukes of Hazzard on TNN, and we heard a blood-curdling scream coming from the lawn. We ran out to that trailer lot, and that Camaro was levitating right off the blocks of that ghost in the driver's seat, yelling, "Yee-haw!" There's a ghost in the trailer, we've got a haunted mobile home, and that redneck apparition will not leave us alone. He got Skinner on the radio and he cranked it up real loud. There's a ghost in the trailer, look out! Well, things got bad and soon got worse. We were stuck with his paranormal curse. He'd wake us up at night yelling, "Boo, y'all!" He moved things around to cause a scare, made a tin of skull float through the air. We could hear footsteps line dancing down the hall. Well, I called the cops and they just laughed. Then a friend at work found the online chat, told us about a site called trailerghost.com. There were stories and tips, all kinds of advice. I'm telling you, that website saved our lives. We sent that ghost back into the great beyond. But listen to me, don't make no mistake. If you feel your trailer start to shake, run to the window and take a look outside. And if there's no tornado to be found and you start to hear a strange moaning sound, you might have a ghost up in your double wide. There's a ghost in your trailer, you got a haunted mobile home, and that redneck apparition will not leave you alone. If the walls commence to moving and blood starts dripping out, you got a ghost in your trailer. Look out!
Somehow we be stumbling into the barnyard there with a couple of ghost stories. Aye, that last one was Larry Weaver's Ghost in the Trailer. I can't even read my own writing. It's pretty sad. I guess I got an aspirate. Well, we won't be talking about there's something wrong with me brain, or me eyes, or something. Actually, I need to learn penmanship. But let's get back to the mood. Let's get back to the music. Let's get back to Tom Waits' Calliope here on our our Halloweenie Spectacularity on the captain's quarters.
My toe bone's connected to my foot bone. My foot bone's connected to my heel bone. My heel bone's connected to my ankle bone. That's how they connected those dry bones. Do 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 do.
Sing it, Charlie, sing it.
My leg bone's connected to my knee bone. My knee bone's connected to my thigh bone. My thigh bone's connected to my hip bone. That's how they connected those dry bones. Do 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 do. Back with Dr. Frankenstein is where my story starts. Everything I have may not be mine, but I'm a gentleman of parts. My backbone's connected to my shoulder bone. My shoulder bone's connected to my neck bone. My neck bone is bolted to my head bone, and that's how Herman was born. I was assembled, and that's how a Hermie baby was born.
Could you be recognizing who the singer of that last there one was? It was Herman Munster with Dem Bones. We'll be going to commercial, and we'll be right back after that with more of our great Halloweenie Spectacular and what you would think is the 1st of November, but it ain't, because I have figured a way around it. There's a loophole in the time clause. And if you don't believe me, be checking it. Oh, by the way, did you remember to be resetting your chronometers? Yeah, you had to go back by an hour, but hopefully you've been telling your friends to go forward, so they're totally messed up. Get your chronometers right, and get your, your expectations low, and you'll do quite well on this here show. Oh, and it rhymed!
Now, for the first time, the masters of horror, Stephen King, author of Carrie, Cujo, and The Shining, and George A. Romero, creator of Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, have teamed up to make a movie that will give you the creeps. Creep Show. The most fun you'll ever have being scared. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
let's be a stopping into BC's restaurant and see what Mike be a cooking up.
But I's brought us some raw squid and salami sandwiches so we could his picnic.
Oh, that's nice. But I wanted to treat you to a nice meal.
I'll save these for later.
Aye, let's be fetching in.
Oh, this is nice.
Aye, that'd be. And it looks like an old-fashioned diner at that.
And looks at this menu. It looks so good. They got the wings, the subs and salads. I think I get a BC big plate. Let's see. It comes with the cheeseburger, the hot dog, the fries, the cheese sauce, the meat sauce, and the coleslaw. Better mix that too. What are you having, my little pumpernickel?
I think I'll be having a double dog special. Oh, goody. It'd be a-coming with chips and a drink, too. Ha, ha, ha.
BC's Restaurant, 238 Oakwood Avenue, Elmira Heights. They have indoor, outdoor, and takeout available. 607-735-2166. And they're open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Daddy Captain!
What's all this Miss Sugar you've been spouting about today's being Halloween when clearly it just isn't?
Aye, and that'd be. For me's figured out a loopy hole that be a-making today Halloweenie and not a November the 1st.
Oh, is that so? So what has the master of time and the stars think he's done?
Wells, I set as a course last week to the International Dating Line.
That's date line.
That's what I'd be a-saying.
Wells?
Oh, it be simple.
And?
Once we be a-crossing over that there line, we go back a day. So's it be Halloweenie.
Yours got it all wrong. It goes ahead a day.
Ah, if that be so, then it here would be Monday, not Sunday. I'm making it be Saturday, unless...
Yours knows I's right, and it's Monday, not Sunday, so it's Tuesday because it was Monday.
Tuesday? Ah, be Halloweenie 6. It be a-saying, it be I'd be a-saying it be a Halloweenie, so it be a Halloweenie.
Hey, Daddy Captain, should I get the Thanksgiving decorations out since Halloween's a couple days ago?
Ah, not he too.
I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Stop the things you do. What's up? I ain't lying. Yeah, I can't stand. Woo! No running around. I can't stand. No put me down. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh, yeah. Stop the things you do. What's up? I ain't lying. Oh, oh, I love you. I love you. I love you anyhow. I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours right now. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to one of television's most exciting shows. This is Your Death. And now, here is our dearly beloved host.
Thank you, and good evening, friends. Our subject for tonight is that world-famous scientist who created all the monsters for horror movies. Now, he doesn't have the faintest idea he's going to be on television. He thinks he's been brought down here to build a creature for a new TV series. Well, let's go into the special effects room here at the studio where he's getting ready to demonstrate it. Dr. Von Steiner? Dr. Von Steiner?
Ach, du Himmel, du Dummkopf! You loused up my newest and greatest creation!
Not only that, but it blew blood all over my cue cards, and I don't know what's next. I'll have to look in my book.
What book?
Doctor, you're on television.
Well, that's one monster I didn't create. This isn't an adult western, is it?
No, this is Your Death. But if you'll just go over there and sit down on that sofa, we'll get back to your story. It's the year 1927, and you have just arrived from Vienna to create your first monster for Metro Goldwyn Mayer Studios. Remember the picture?
Oh, yeah. That's the Phantom of the Opera. And I even remember that song he's playing. The quartet from Rigor Mortis.
That's right, Doctor. And now we have a surprise for you. Here he is in person. He came all the way from Devil's Island, your first creation and lifelong fiend, the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, ach, the Himmel, it is the Phantom. Well, I haven't seen him for over 25 years. Where did you ever dig him up?
At the Happy Time Cemetery. Yes, Doctor, your first creation was an instant success. It marked the beginning of a brilliant career, but only the beginning. For no sooner had you finished shocking the public with your hideous phantom than you immediately released your second monster piece. And here it is. Open the curtains, please. The eighth wonder of the world, King Kong.
Ach, he was always so clumsy when he walked. I guess it's my fault, though. I built him with 2 left feet.
Yes, Dr. Von Steiner, King Kong had lifted you to new heights. You were now a giant in the motion picture industry. And then, once again, you terrified the world with still another monster, Dr. Jekyll, who we are sorry to say could not be here this evening. He's down in Palm Springs, tanning his hide. But we do have him on the telephone to offer his congratulations. Here he is, Dr. Jekyll.
Dr. Von Steiner, I'm very sorry I'm unable to attend this momentous occasion being given in your honor, but I would like to extend my sincerest best wishes to you. Incidentally, you'll be happy to know, I'm sure, that I'm no longer bothered with that old trouble anymore. You know what I mean? I've kicked it completely, even when there's a full moon out. Like tonight, I just don't seem to get that old desire. I'll admit the withdrawal period wasn't too easy on me, but it was just a matter of applying will power. But I'm sure glad I feel better and that I'll never be bothered again with, well, Doctor, excuse me. Doctor, I'll be right back. I'll be right back, Doctor.
He had me worried there. For a while I was afraid he was almost human.
Yes, the world will never forget you, Dr. Von Steiner. And here to say hello are a few more of your ingenious creations.
Yeah, that's the blob. That's Bobby the robot, and he's wearing his new Jim Clinken suit. That's my Martian from Planet X.
Dr. Von Steiner, I understand you're now working on an instant monster for Quickie Pictures. Is this true?
Oh yeah, all I just happen to have my powders and formula with me. Would you like to see how it works?
Very much so.
Okay. As they say on that other program, you asked for it.
Positively amazing, Doctor. 2 perfect feet, 2 perfect legs, 2 perfect hands, 2 perfect arms, and 2 perfect heads. What a monster!
We're not a monster. We're beatniks. Yeah. We love to go to coffee houses where beatniks go. Man, everyone you meet's the coolest. There's nothing they don't know. Actors, writers, bearded artists, jazz and poetry.
That's my two-headed monster.
We're what the peasants call progressive. Way out as we can be. Once upon a midnight dreary, as I pondered weekend weary over many a curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, someone rapping on my chamber door.
In der Step es die Raven es die auf
Ghastly, grim and ancient raven, tell me what the lordly name is. Quoth the raven, never, never more.
Oh, never more.
Good evening, fiends.
Absolutely ingenious, Dr. Von Steiner. But now I see our time is running out, and if you'll gather all your friends together, there's a big black hearse waiting to take you all to a party given in your honor at the world-famous Coconut Grave. Good night, everyone.
You have just seen that exciting television show, This Is Your Death. And don't forget, tonight's guests were flown here by... excuse me. The guests on tonight's show flew here by themselves.
For that there be Spike Jones, This Is Your Death. 2 heads are better than one. Nice little ditty that you don't hear too often anymore. And before that, we had Screamin' Jay Hawkins. Let's see. Screamin' Jay Hawkins with I Put a Spell on You. I mean you. That all came after I had a crazy old bat come in and try to befuddle me with everything. I say it's Halloweenie. I did me calculations and it'd be Halloween. So, it's trust me calculations or trust a crazy old bat. Which can you possibly deal with? From that point on, let us go straight in to the next piece of Muzak.
Some of this Halloween business anyway. Knock, 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 trick or treat. Knock, 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 give me something to eat. Knock, 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 trick or treat. Knock, 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 now smell my feet. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. Knock, 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 trick or treat. Knock, 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 give me something to eat. Knock, 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 trick or treat. Knock, 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 now smell my feet. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. Sing it a couple more times. It's Halloween. How about one more time, you guys? Ready? It's Halloween. It's Halloween.
For that there be the Shy Tunas with It's Halloween. See, even they understand how the international dating line works. Don't forget, 323 heave-ho, 323 heave-ho. That will be necessary for the next hour, for the final party still exists, even with our Halloween Spectacularity. And trust me, it'll be you helping me create the greatest Halloween Spectacularity that we've ever done. I know, it's our first one, but stop it. Be good. Now, we're going to take a moment and remember Mr. Sean Connery. Yes, Agent 007. He passed away on this very Halloween. It's a shame, but the man was 90, and it is but to be expected that after a while, even 007 must pass on from this world. So, without further ado, we go to commercial that represents some of his finest work, Dr. No, on the captain's quarters. Oh, and don't be forgetting, take your hat off while you listen in remembrance of Mr. Sean Connery.
From Ian Fleming's best-selling novel, Dr. No, the unpredictable, indestructible James Bond comes to life in the explosive story of the amazing Dr. No.
And what happened after that?
I put a black widow spider underneath his mosquito net. A female, and they're the worst. It took him a whole week to die. Did I do wrong?
Well, it wouldn't do to make a habit of it.
You'll live every breathtaking, exciting moment.
You carry a 00 number. It means you're licensed to kill, not get killed.
James Bond, gentleman spy, at home with a gun or with a woman. He makes Mickey Spillane look like a grandmother.
I'll just go to put some clothes on.
Don't go to any trouble on my account.
Please.
Well, forgive me. I thought I was invited up here to admire the view.
There's never been a man like
Bond. James Bond.
Mr. Bond, I suppose you wouldn't care to, raise the limit?
I have no objections.
There's never been a motion picture like Dr. No. See Dr. No, filmed in tropical Technicolor, starring Sean Connery as James Bond and the Swedish sensation Ursula Andress. Don't miss the year's most explosive motion picture, Dr. No.
Let's be a stopping into BC's restaurant and see what Mike be a cooking up.
But I brought us some raw squid and salami sandwiches so we could his picnic.
Oh, that's nice. But I wanted to treat you to a nice meal.
I'll save these for later.
Aye, let's be fetching in.
Oh, this is nice.
Aye, that'd be. And it looks like an old-fashioned diner at that.
And looks at this menu. It looks so good. They got the wings, the subs and salads. I think I get a BC big plate. Let's see, it comes with the cheeseburger, the hot dog, the fries, the cheese sauce, the meat sauce, and the coleslaw. Better mix that too. What are you having, my little pumpernickel?
I think I'll be having a double dog special. Oh, goody. It'd be a-coming with chips and a drink, too. Ha ha ha.
BC's Restaurant, 238 Oakwood Avenue, Elmira Heights. They have indoor, outdoor, and takeout available. 607-735-2166. And they're open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Friday. You're listening to 1410 WELM Elmira and 106.5 FM The Pirate.
Welcome back to the second hour of me show, me boy. And boy, oh boy, have we got some splendiferous bits and baubles right in store for ye. For example, the final 40. It'd be exjumacated right from the request sent to us via the mail of...
That's email, you dolt.
That's what me be saying.
They can also call us at 323-HEAVE-HO.
I'd like to heave-ho you.
But was that my little pumpernickel?
Nothing, my dear. You old sea hag.
Well, here, let me help you get this show going again.
Avast, you old bat! Heave-ho!
Heave-ho! Heave-ho! Johnny-ho! Johnny-ho!
We're all doomed! Oh, that's better.
See? I made it so better. I'm going to see about that dinner and work on my suntan.
Me's not even hungry, and it's be night time out, you crazy old bat. And don't slam the door. Well, here we be back on our second hour. And don't be listening to what that crazy old bat, Babushka, be saying. It is truly a Halloweenie spectacular, and it's because it's on Halloweenie. And I already told you how we made it happen and how it's possible. So if you weren't paying attention, too bad. You're stuck in the wrong day. Ha ha to you. Now, let's get right with our music. We're going to go with the Kingston Trio with her head tucked underneath her arm.
In the Tower of London lodges life. The ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, they declare. Poor Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife, until he made the headsman bob her hair. Ah yes, he did her wrong long years ago, and she comes up at night to tell him so. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. She comes to haunt King Henry, she means giving him what for. Gadzooks, she's going to tell him off, she's feeling very sore. And just in case the headsman wants to give her an encore, she has her head tucked underneath her arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour.
The sentries think that it's a football that she carries in, and when they've had a few, they shout, "Is Army going to win?" They think that it's Red Grange instead of poor old Anne Boleyn, with her head tucked underneath her arm. Sometimes gay King Henry gives a spread for all his pals and gals, a ghostly crew. The headsman carves the joint and cuts the bread. Then in comes Anne Boleyn to queer the do. She holds her head up with a wild war whoop, and Henry cries, "Don't drop it in the soup." With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. One night she caught King Henry, he was in the canteen bar. Said he, "Are you Jane Seymour, Anne Boleyn, or Catherine Parr? For how the sweet Sam Perry, Anne, do I know who you are?" With your head tucked underneath your arm.
Don't blink, 'cause it'll be Halloween soon. And just think, this year it's on a full moon. It's the Saturday, and they're predicting great weather. Yes, they say it'll be the best Halloween ever.
I'm the queen of Halloween. COVID-19 ruined everything.
If they cancel Halloween, 'cause we're still in quarantine, it would make me so mad.
It would suck so bad.
Imagine, if you will, no costume, candy, or celebration, 'cause everybody's still in self-isolation. There's no trick-or-treating and no zombies feeding on brains. No dudes cross-dressing, it's all so depressing. Like any other day, if they cancel Halloween,
I will scream.
Don't let people celebrate.
That's freaking great.
Like Michael Myers with the knife.
F my life.
Can't you see?
It's my favorite night.
Oh, you think Halloween is scary? Well, try celebrating it during a deadly pandemic. I mean, first of all, you have to wear a mask over your mask. And instead of ghosts and goblins, you don't stand the ghost of a chance unless you're goblin hydroxychloroquine. But the scariest thing about this Halloween is that big, orange, fat, scary face. Who'd you think I was talking about? Don't you wanna look around and see a bunch of slutty girls dressed like cats crawling on the ground because of how much they drank? Tails, ears, and wings. Too many Tiger Kings. Freddy Krueger in a sweater, Freddie Mercury in leather. Don't cancel Halloween. Stay at home on Halloween.
Read a magazine.
Don't stay up too very late.
Be in bed by 8.
Like Frankenstein without a bride.
Just stay inside.
Can't you see
that my soul just died? I'm the queen of Halloween. COVID-19 ruined everything.
Yes, that be Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, with Don't Cancel Halloweenie. Now, let's go with another one of Unknown Hinson with Halloween Song. Very original, very informative on that very title.
It's Halloween on Southern styles, witches, goblins, necrophiles, ghosts and vampires will be here tonight. So say your prayers and taste the fear, 'cause Reb might gut the aqua deer. Scary things will happen here tonight. It's Halloween on Southern style. Jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin smiles. We warn you that you could die of fright. If you a good-looking woman, better lock up tight and check your neck for vampire bites. It's Halloween on spooky Southern styles.
Creak and the tombstones quake.
Spooks of mockers swing and wake.
Happy haunts materialize
and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide.
Or a silly spook may sit by your side.
Shrouded in a dark disguise.
They pretend to terrorize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high o'er the dead oak tree,
spooks arrive for the midnight spree.
Creepy creeps with eerie eyes
start to shriek and harmonize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
When you hear the knell of a requiem bell,
we're closing where spirits dwell.
Restless bones etherealize.
Rise as spooks of every size.
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy hearts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide, or a silly spook may sit by your side, shrouded in a daft disguise.
They pretend to terrorize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high over dead oak tree, spooks arrive for the midnight spree. Creepy creeps with eerie eyes start to shriek and harmonize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
When you hear the knell of a requiem bell, weird glows gleam where the spirits dwell. Restless bones etherealize, rise as spooks of every size. Oh yes, they do.
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake,
spooks of mockers swing and wake.
Happy haunts materialize
and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide,
or a silly spook may sit by your side,
shrouded in a dark disguise.
They pretend to terrorize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high over the dead oak tree,
spooks arrive for the midnight spree.
Creepy creeps with eerie eyes
start to shriek and harmonize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
When you hear the knell of a requiem bell,
weird ghosts dream where spirits dwell.
Restless bones etherealize,
rise as spooks of every size. If you would like to join our jamboree, there's a simple rule that's compulsory. Mortals pay a token fee. Rest in peace,
the haunting's free. So hurry back, we would like your company.
Be sure to bring your death certificate.
There be Earl Ravencroft's grim grinning ghosts. Aye, that's the version that is the finest of hot mine. Then we also are going to go right from there into Fred Schneider's I'm Gonna Haunt You. Aye, you didn't think they'd have something like that this time of year, but that's what you be getting. Oh, don't be forgetting, we are still taking requests. 323 heave-ho, 323 heave-ho, and we got to be ready for the witching hour, for that will be upon us before we know it. We'll be right back. When we return, it'll be the final 40. Halloweenie style. Yes, it will. And don't forget, we do have, You'll be forgetting it this time. For Babushka be warming up in the other room. The rats are running, the rats are screaming, and the cockroaches are crying out, mercy, mercy! Ah, yes, the witching hour will soon be upon us. So be ready, be daft in the head, or you may not make the survival cut.
In Night of the Living Dead, director George A. Romero created a motion picture so uniquely terrifying, it became a classic. Then, in Dawn of the Dead, he took his extraordinary vision of horror one step further. Now, George A. Romero takes us out of the night, beyond the dawn, and into the darkest day of horror the world has ever known. Day of the Dead. From United Film Distribution, a Laurel production. Due to scenes of violence, no one under 17 admitted.
Now playing in a theater near you. Check newspapers for listings.
Hi, my name is Alfred Sneasley, and when I go to Heroes Comic Shop on 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York, I'm always greeted with a big smile from Jared.
Hey, Alfred. Hey, how are you today?
And his selection of comics and graphic novels, it's just amazing. I mean, it's what I always dreamed I could be. And he always treats me like the hero I am inside.
I don't just read about the heroes, I become the hero! At Heroes Comic Shop, I become the hero Mom always wanted me to be!
So Heroes Comic Shop is located at 130 West 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York. We're open Wednesday through Saturday. You can check us out at momthroughout.com.
Now up and away!
But here we be in the final party. I know what that be meaning. That mean that all the peoples out there be taking over the helm. And where that take us, I do not really be knowing. But I do know this. We start out with a request from the Mail of E. Strangely enough, most of our requests this week were from the Mail of E. Kind of ghostly-like things. Maybe the ghosts can't use phones like you could. Like 323 heave-ho is how they should be calling in, but they ghosted it in. Aye, the Man of E. Aye, very spooky, very strange. But here's a ghost story. Cab Calloway's The Ghost of Smokey Joe.
Hidey, 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 hidey. Hidey, 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 hidey. Whoa. You didn't see me climb through the window. Nobody had to open that door. I just climbed right through the wall, and I want you one and all to stand aside and let me have the floor. Take a look, I'm not such a stranger. Here's the face you cookies all ought to know. You can tell me I'm not wanted, but the joint will still be haunted, 'cause I'm the ghost of Smokey Joe. Remember when I kicked the bucket in my mansion up on Strivers Road? When they came and took me off in a $1,000,000 coffin, 'cause I'm the ghost of Smokey Joe. Tell me, do you remember Minnie? Yeah, we remember Minnie. That frail I never found. You never recognize your Minnie. You mean to say that Minnie quit kicking the gong around? I got a date on my estate down in Hades. Call my chariot so I can go. And should the boot you're walking, just tell her you've been talking to the ghost of Smokey Joe. Yes, I remember Minnie. She's that frail I never found. You mean to say that Minnie quit kicking the gong around? I got a date on my stake down in Hades. tell her you've been talking to the ghost of Smokey. Hee-dee-day!
Now here's a new dance that's a ghastly sight. It's bound to give you quite a fright. So pay attention, I'll show you while the moon is still bright. And we can do it at the Undertaker's ball tonight.
But Bill, how can we learn it on such short notice?
It's easy, you ghoul, and it's called the rigor mortis. It's the unliving end. It's the new dance trend. Don't lose your head. You might wind up dead at the Undertaker's party in the Great Diggers Union Hall. All the mummies in their rags were having an unnatural ball, digging Morty Mortician and his embalming for, while the zombies and the vampires screamed for more blood, that is. It's the unliving age. It's the new dance trend. Don't lose your head. You might wind up dead. It's similar to the jerk, but not quite the same. Open up my casket and let me explain. All the stiffs are doing it, and you can too. Just tighten up your muscles till your face turns blue. Hold out your arms and wiggle your wrists. Howl like a werewolf, pound your chest with your fist. It's the unliving end. It's a new dance trend. Don't lose your head. You might wind up dead. Quasimodo, you idiot, stop pulling on my coat. Or else I'll dissect you and I'll start with your throat. I detest violence, but in your case I'll make an incision, or two, or three. Get through to your goal. Eat the sky, Drac. Don't you come back no more.
That there be Don Hinson and the Rigor Morticians with News of Rigor Mortis. Now we be having a request for Oingo Boingos. No one lives forever. Actually, until you die, you're actually immortal. That's how it be.
Short years, she's getting old and rotten. I don't think it's very fair, cold chop low, but it's already
the hour of the wolf, and I don't wanna die. I'm so happy dancing while the Grim Reaper cuts, but he can't get me.
I'm as clever as you be, and I'm very quick, but don't forget, we've only got so many tricks.
No one lives forever.
That it would be groovy if we summon up the posse and dumb rush the movies. I got Angie, Jeff got Tina, Reddy Rock got some girl I've never seen in my life. That was alright because the lady was chill. Then we dipped to the theater set to ill. We saw Elm Street and man it was death. And everything seemed alright when we left. But when I got home and laid down to sleep, that began the nightmare, but on my street. In my room like an oven, my bed soaked with sweat, and man, I was bugging. I checked the clock, it had stopped at 12:30. It had melted, it was so darn hot, and I was thirsty. I went downstairs to grab some juice or a Coke, flipped the TV off, and then I almost choked when I heard this awful voice coming from behind. It said, man, I ain't even wait to see who it was. Broke outside in my drawers and screamed so long, cuz got halfway up the block, I calmed down and stopped screaming, then thought, oh, I get it, I must be dreaming. I strolled back home with a grin on my grill. I figured since this is a dream, I might as well get ill. I walked in the house, the big bad fresh prince, but Freddy killed all that noise real quick. He grabbed me by my neck and said, here's what we'll do. We got a lot of work here, me and you. The souls of your friends you and I will claim. You've got the body and I got the brain. I said, yo, Fred, I think you got me all wrong. I ain't partners with nobody with nails that long. Look, I'll be honest, man, this team won't work. The girls won't be on you, Fred, your face is all burned. I pat him on the shoulder, said thanks for stopping by. Then I opened up the door and said, take care, guy. He got mad, drew back his arm, and slashed my shirt. I laughed at first and thought, hold up, that hurt. It wasn't a dream, man, this guy was for real. I said, Freddie, Hal, it's been an awful mistake here. No further words, and then I darted upstairs. Crashed through my door, then jumped on my bed. Pulled the covers up over my head, said, oh, please do something with Fred. He jumped on my bed, ripped through the covers with his claws, tried to get me. But my alarm went off and then silence. It was a whole new day. I thought, I wasn't scared of him anyway. Until I noticed those rips in my sheets, and that was proof that there had been a nightmare on my street. Come on, Jeff, answer! Come on, man.
Hello?
Jeff, it's Prince, man. Jeff, wake up. Jeff, wake up.
What do you want?
Jeff, wake up, man. Listen to me, Jeff.
It's 3 o'clock
Jeff,
in the morning.
listen, Jeff,
What
would
do
you
want?
listen to me? Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Jeff, listen to me. Don't go to
I'll
sleep,
talk to
Jeff.
you tomorrow. I'm going to bed.
That there be DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince with Nightmare on Me Street. Now, let's go right into Warp 11's Zombie Red Shirts. You know, zombies are very Halloweeny kind of things to have.
The shirts were red, beaming up from the grave. The Walking Dead, they don't feel no pain. Got a taste for brains. You can bet this is gonna hurt. Zombie red shirts. Can you hear the tolling now? Red shirts coming back from hell. You're the meal and the captain is dessert. No escape, you cannot be saved. Red shirts from beyond the grave. Don't bother to sound the red alert. Zombie red.
Well, we be going to commercial for just a quick moment. And when we return, we'll have more thrills, more chills, and more excitement. You won't even be amazing. Well, you'll be amazed, that's all it'll be. And it'll finish up a Halloweenie Spectacular. And then we go into a witching hour. Be ready, be daft, and be prepared, for Babushka has been warming up.
Prepare to scream. The creeping, crawling flesh eaters cover the body in the most vile experiment ever devised. Flesh feast. Morbid horror in shock-throbbing color. Thus on the same program. A ghastly tale drenched in clots of blood, a taste of blood, and teenage strangler. A new Bluebeard preying on budding teeny boppers. Don't miss them. Rated PG.
Let's be a stopping into BC's restaurant and see what Mike be a cooking up.
But I's brought us some raw squid and salami sandwiches so we could his picnic.
Oh, that's nice. But I wanted to treat you to a nice meal.
I'll save these for later.
Aye, let's be fetching in.
Oh, this is nice.
Aye, that'd be. And it looks like an old-fashioned diner at that.
And looks at this menu. It looks so good. They got the wings, the subs, and salads. I think I get a BC big plate. Let's see. It comes with the cheeseburger, the hot dog, the fries, the cheese sauce, the meat sauce, and the coleslaw. Better mix that too. What are you having, my little pumpernickel?
I think I'll be having a double dog special. Oh, goody. It'd be a-coming with chips and a drink too. Ha ha ha.
BC's Restaurant, 238 Oakwood Avenue, Elmira Heights. They have indoor, outdoor, and takeout available. 607-735-2166. And they're open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Hi. When I checked me phone lines, not but more than a few moments before, well, you understand, not long ago, I'd be finding out an unusual request from a ghoul, and it's one that was so unusual, I had to think about it myself, and then go, aha, I know, just the thing. And you'll, I think, appreciate it. You too, me mateys. I think you too shall appreciate this one.
Yes, Captain. I have a very unusual request. Yes, I do. It doesn't involve my flesh this time, but yours, Captain. I want to hear what you want to hear. Yes, I've been enjoying those commercials you've been playing of the old Halloween or horror movies as they may be. So I'd like to hear from you. What are your what are two of your favorites that you haven't played this year? Two, not but one, but two.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
When this dead hand moves, the monster created by a man they called Mad is turned loose to strike terror into the hearts of men. To shock women into uncontrolled hysteria.
Elizabeth!
To prey upon the innocence of children. This is the story you've heard about, talked about. The spine-tingling, blood-chilling story that stunned your emotions. Frankenstein.
Don't touch that!
Every once in a while, there is a special kind of horror film that becomes a horror classic. In 1931, it was Frankenstein. In 1932, it was Dracula. In 1971, it was Rosemary's Baby. In 1973, it was The Exorcist. And this year it is From Beyond the Grave. Secret worlds become public nightmares, where children's play toys are the devil's weapons. A truly terrifying motion picture, where death is just the beginning, and the grave is not just a resting place. And pleasant rooms become evil tombs. From Beyond the Grave, the horror picture you will remember all your life.
Hi, that was definitely a truly unusual request. You wanted to hear from two of me favorites of the classic vintage horror commercials. And as I played you for ye, 1931 Frankenstein radio spot and the 1974. Mainly I liked it because it referenced to the 1931 Frankenstein spot. Now, let's go right into Michael Jackson's Thriller.
close at hand, creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. I'm gonna bring it tonight. Stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
Swing. Almost everyone in town had just arrived. Folks were throwing on the grill everything that they could kill, and a couple critters that were still alive. Well, the meat was running down when army folks from out of town showed up and started bossing us around. They said everyone should leave, and now this you won't believe, the dead were up and crawling from the ground. I said, hang on right here, I just had a great idea. We'll have a zombie apocalypse barbecue. I'll save a couple ribs for you. Even though y'all were related, you'll be thankful that you ate it. This year's zombie apocalypse barbecue. The zombie started gathering, his bill began to slather in the sauce on which he built his family name. But one of the zombies got him, so my sister up and shot him in the head, and then she dumped him in the flame. By the time we started packing up, the zombies were attacking us. They bit me and it caused a bunch of pain. But I heard a zombie say, as my life just slipped away, could we try some of that sauce out on your brain? I thought, why not just let her? The sauce makes everything better. After zombie apocalypse barbecue, well, even if you don't survive, be it brains or chicken wings, barbecue's one of those things that makes you smile just to be alive. Zombie apocalypse barbecue, we'll save some ribs for you. Whether or not you deserve it, everybody will get served down at the zombie apocalypse
What kind of sauce would you like? Spicy or mild? Good God, son, what have you? You look terrible. Here, take this. Hey, let go more. What are you doing? You're supposed to eat the ribs, son, not me. No, let go. No.
Their requested one be from the consortium of geniuses. Zombie apocalypse barbecue. I don't know which is worse, the person that comes up with the idea for the song or the person who requests the song here at Halloween. I think it's hilarious. Now, we've been requested for Mr. Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters, so here it be on our Halloweenie Spectacularity.
afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If you're all alone, pick up the phone and call Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I hear it likes to guess. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If you have a dose of a freaky ghost, baby, you better call Ghostbusters!
Well, me ladies and gents, that brings us almost to the very end of our Halloweenie Spectacularity. I had to cut Ray Parker just a little short there due to the fact that Babushka has been warming up and is very, very anxious to sing her song. And trust me, it's gonna be a wingdinger. She's standing here with a fire extinguisher, and if I don't let her go soon, she's gonna smack me upside the head with it. So here it be, Babushka.
You're not Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid.
Are you be
and
kidding me?
Donner
This
and
is supposed to be a Halloweenie Spectacularity. This is as in Christmas. Ah, yeah.
The most famous reindeer of all, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, has a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of these other
I'm impressed.
reindeer.
I didn't think you could take a simple, sweet Christmas song and turn it into a Halloweenie kind of thing. But with Babushka singing, it's all Halloweenie music.
Join any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, mit your nose so bright, won't you guide mine sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeers loved him, sure they did, as they shouted out mit glee. Rudolph the
Well, we be thanking you, Simo, so much for standing by us for all this time and enjoying our Halloweenie Spectacularity. Now, I think we've been tortured well enough. Good night.
So just chill till the next episode.